Our story starts here, getting off the highway on the first dirt road we can find. And it's always a feeling of excitement. This is right outside of St. George, Utah, and there are plenty of roads like this out here. But we are excited to start our adventure 30 degrees warmer than it is in Salt Lake City, Utah. And our destination is Mesquite, Nevada. We are visiting my grandma and figured, why not make it an adventure? We were planning on spending 2 nights on this adventure with nothing but dirt roads, Joshua trees, and sagebrush. We are going to be using the OnX off-road app mixed with some other camping apps to get where we need to go. That took us to our first spot of the night. So now, it's time to set up camp.
Maybe it's because it doesn't have as many vegetables.
We have everything nice lit up on the outside of this bad boy. We got the fire going, dogs cozy, I guess, and chairs. We have a nice little dinner. We've got almost everything put away. Alright, so this is our setup. So we have one big, I don't know if you can see that, we got one big sleeping bag on the bottom. And then one big sleeping bag on top is like a blanket, and it fits this whole thing perfectly. There's some pillows back there. We have some extra blankets tucked back in that little divot. So we definitely are prepared when it comes to warmth and sleeping. These things are crazy thick. And it is hard to get cold in them, that's for sure. And we got the Jackery over here, which is powering all the lights that you see in this camper. We're in the tent, so we've got lights up top, we've got lights outside, and that's what we've got. As our first night comes to an end, we are excited to head up into the hills to find our next camping location. And yes, this seems to be the best way to get the dogs out of the tent.
You put the cooler there to be all nice.
I do. Oh, you better know what you're getting into. This ain't no shotgun wedding that you're used to. The target is you. If you leave us standing all alone at the altar, daddy's daughter got a Smith and Wesson pistol that her daddy bought her hidden in a gutter, and she ain't afraid to use it. It's up to you how you're gonna be blessed.
The temperature has dropped quite a bit, and the wind has really picked up. Now that's not really what we were expecting tonight, and we got in late and the sun went down, and found one of the only level areas in these hills to set up camp. We only had enough time for a quick dinner and a movie. Then we would get some sleep. Or so we thought.
Just a little.
How did you sleep last night?
Not great.
No.
No, I barely slept.
Pretty windy last night. I think we weren't ready for that amount of wind. Right now it's perfectly silent and still. I was going to film and I totally spaced it, but just to listen to the wind, it did not let up at all. Not once. The whole tent was shaking. Everything was shaking and squeaking and flapping and flopping. And it was so annoying. And everything sounded like someone was trying to get into the tent. So your brain, when it's starting to fall asleep, immediately thinks that something's wrong. It was impossible to sleep. But for now, we're awake. I'm gonna get up, but we're gonna take it easy. So it'll be a nice, easy going morning. Nothing too crazy. So I'm excited for that. And the dogs, I think, had a great night. They were just happy that they got to sleep with us, I think. Whoa! Oh, squirmy Sue. Getting out of the hills and into the desert was a very fun part of this adventure. Taking all dirt roads and having some fun along the way. This should take us another 4, maybe 5 hours to reach Mesquite if everything goes well. Now the drive was entertaining and the views were constantly changing, but always eye-catching. This allowed for a lot of stops to hike and let the dogs stretch their legs along the trail. Now after some dead ends, rough roads, and rain coming in, we decided to move quickly. We are so close. Our map shows that Mesquite is just ahead. And that is when we drove into a ravine. It was full of watered down sand, and the only way out was to follow it, unless we backtracked another hour or so. This caused us to stop filming because it was getting dark fast, and the rain was coming down hard. Chantelle had to guide me outside of the truck because of the tight corners and visibility slowly diminishing. We were very grateful that we had just put on new Toyo RT trails on the truck. We finally made it to the end, one last obstacle before seeing pavement. It was a deep V, and it was too steep for the approach angle of the Ford, so traction mats and a shovel made relatively quick work of helping us get out of that. Sandy, wet, and tired, we aired back up and hit the first paved road in 2 days. My grandma's house is only a couple of minutes away from here, where we had a nice shower and a warm meal waiting for us. Thank you for joining us on this adventure. If you want to check out the trails in this area, I recommend the onX Off-Road app, and we will see you in our next Cervantes family adventure.